going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another MLB 21 The Show Diamond Dynasty video. In today's video, we're going to go over the fastest way to complete these Team Affinity 2 sets that just came out today. There's so many free rewards, free diamonds. I mean, you can get such a good team without spending a single penny in this game, and Team Affinity 2 is something you're going to want to grind for to get a lot of really good diamond cards. We're talking 94, 95, 96, 97 overall cards on your team for free. So again, we're going to go over the fastest ways, the most efficient ways to complete these, to knock these out, to get all of these free rewards, packs, stubs, cards, you name it. But first, if you guys are new here, if you've been looking for videos on YouTube on how to get better in Diamond Dynasty, how to make stubs, how to get good cards, how to make your team better, just overall how to understand the game mode in general, make sure that you guys go ahead and click that subscribe button. See this big red button right here? It's red because it wants you to press it. So if you could do me a favor, click that subscribe button. You're going to see a little bell here. If you click that, it's going to notify you when I drop videos. If you guys want to be the first to see my videos, to get this information on how to make stubs and all that other stuff you're looking for, do those few things for me. I'd appreciate it so much. Let's get on into the content now and talk about Team Affinity 2. So the good thing about Team Affinity 2 is that if you didn't do Team Affinity 1, you can actually grind towards both now. Now for me, I've already done Team Affinity 1. I actually just finished it up this morning, but part of me wishes I didn't, because you can kind of double dip with a lot of the stuff that you're doing here, and I'll explain why in a moment. So if you go to Programs in your main menu and then Team Affinity, this is where you're going to find all of the content that we're searching for. And the second part, the Season 2 Team Affinity, is going to be up top. As you can see, using the methods that I'm going to talk about in this video, we've knocked out the entire Season 1. Let's go ahead and take a look at Season 2. So we're just going to use the NL Central as an example here, and you can do this for every single division. First thing to notice is the reward grid. These are all of the rewards that you can earn throughout each division for Team Affinity. And they're pretty much the same, just minus the cards, but they're all the same ideas. And the goal here is to earn these TA tokens. So you can see I have 0 right now. And the end goal is to get all the way to 150. And getting to 150 is going to complete the division. There's two very important types of packs within each division. We have these choice diamond players, okay? And then we also have, if we scroll back a little bit further here, I'll actually use the first example, which I think you earn at 10, is these flashback and legend packs. And there's lots of cool rewards in between, but the main goals here are the choice diamond packs and the flashback and legends. So if we take a look at flashbacks and legends, they contain diamonds, right? And these diamonds are going to be used to earn additional TA tokens. TA tokens are the main driver amongst, these rewards that we're taking a look at. So you're going to make sure that you don't pick the same one, but the goal here is to get all 5 of these. And then I believe it's every 30 TA tokens, but they might start, let's see, 60. So it doesn't start at 30. It starts at 60, and then I believe it's every 30. So 60, and then 90, and then 110, which is actually only 20 difference, and then 130, and then 150. You get a choice of these 94, 95. The overalls vary. We got a 92 overall here. But there's a lot of really good cards to be earned. And this is just the NL Central, right? So these are the endgame cards. The other goal here is to get all 5 of these. We'll just take a look at a different division here. Kind of same thing as follows. Flashbacks and legends. We got some, like high 80 overall diamonds in there. Mid to high 80s, 85 to 89. And then when we get to the big pack here, the 60 pack, we got Hank Aaron. We got, Cliff Lee, 97 overall. Jackson Rutledge. I have no idea who he is, but his name was much easier to say than these two guys, so that's why I said it. But the point is here, you got a lot of really, really cool rewards. Now, how do you earn TA tokens? How do you get all of these packs unlocked? Let's go back to the NL Central. All you got to do is visit down here to the tasks, and this is where you're going to be grinding. So missions is the main thing in my opinion. And for Team Affinity 1, you had to grind out innings. For Team Affinity 2, you have to grind out plate appearances, which I think is better because it's requiring less. So every 100 plate appearances with players from the Cubs, Reds, Brewers, Pirates, or Cardinals earns 10 of those TA tokens. And this goes for any game mode, and it's repeatable. So anytime you play Battle Royale, Ranked Seasons, against the CPU, Conquest, Extra Innings, whatever it is, plate appearances count towards this count of 100. Now, if you play online, we also have a repeatable plate appearances, and every 75 plate appearances from the same teams, Cubs, Reds, Brewers, Pirates, Cardinals, you get another 4 for every 75. If you jump into an online game, you're earning towards both of these, so you can double dip there. Now, they also have hits, extra base hits, and strikeouts for online play. All repeatable, TA tokens earned 4, 4, and 4. And this is the same for all divisions. Again, we'll just go over to the NL East. We'll take a look over here. We go to missions, and it's the same thing, just for different teams. Now, one thing that I absolutely love to do, and we'll talk about doing this within Conquest, is I like to load up a team on a certain division. So, as we're using NL Central as an example, if I go over to my team, here is basically an all NL Central squad. So all of my players, except for my pitcher, are NL Central players. So every time I play a game, I'm earning a plate attempt for the NL Central. Now, I could mix it up, and I could go play with my main team. So we just switch it over here. We go to our main team, and the main team has various divisions. We're going to kind of, put our coins and our eggs in a basket all over the place. I'm trying to knock out one division really fast. NL Central, this is what I'm going to do. So I have this NL Central lineup loaded up. Now let's go back over to programs, and I'll kind of show you how you can grind out those plate appearances. So the other things that you can do within missions to earn additional TA tokens are these various missions for specific players. Now remember, I talked about up here with these flashbacks and legends. Look it, we got John Lester, Willie Stargell, we got George Foster, Tyler O'Neill, Jonathan Lucroy. If we go to these missions, look who has specific missions. Lester, Foster, Lucroy, Stargell, O'Neill. So when you earn those cards, it's very important that you put them in your divisional lineup and try to knock out these tasks with them. So we got Tyler O'Neill. We got to hit 2 home runs. We put him in the lineup. We're knocking out our plate appearances here, right? We're also going to try to hit those 2 home runs. Once we do, there's 4 more Team Affinity tokens. The same thing goes with the higher overall cards. Remember those endgame cards that we talked about? Mark Pryor, Johnny Bench, Bruce Turang, Quinn Priester, and Joe Torre. So all of these guys have various missions you can complete as well, and you're going to want to throw those players on your team as soon as you earn them. So these are ways just playing the game to earn TA tokens. Very specific, whether it's grinding out plate appearances or doing specific tasks like getting strikeouts, getting hits, and whatnot. Now, the best way to grind out those plate appearances, in my opinion, is Conquest. So each division has a Conquest specific to it, and here is the NL Central and AL Central. They are all combined. If we go over to the East, which I started working on, here's the AL East and NL East. They are combined. And then last, we have the West. It's the NL West and AL West. They are combined. When you complete these, you're going to earn TA tokens. And if you specifically look at the Central here, you get 30 TA tokens. So knocking out the Conquest is going to give you your first get you halfway to your first diamond player, which is, remember, is going to be unlocked at 60. But even with the 30, you get 2 of these flashback and legend packs, so you can get those early on players that you want. I keep backing out accidentally. So back to Conquest. Another reason this is important is because you're playing against the computer, and when you're playing against the computer, it's fairly easy. You're grinding out those plate appearances. So basically what I've been doing to start out here is I'm kind of doing a little mismatch, right? I'm loading up an NL Central roster, but I'm playing the East Affinity Conquest. So I'm kind of working towards both. When I get this done, I'm going to get 30 TA tokens for the AL East and the NL East. So that's like 4 diamonds right there that we're going to earn. Plus, I'm grinding out innings towards NL Central, which is going to help me earn more diamonds for the NL Central. Now, if you complete all of those Conquest maps and you're still not done, which is going to be the case, right? Because those Conquest maps aren't enough. Another thing you can grind out here is going to Conquest and knocking out the big USA map. I've completed this map 4 times now, and I'll tell you why I'm doing it. Because you're grinding out plate attempts, and by the way, if you haven't completed Team Affinity 1, not only when you play these games are you grinding out plate attempts, but you're also grinding out innings. It goes towards both, so that's really cool for all you guys that have not completed the Team Affinity Season 1 yet. So when you're playing this Conquest map, you're knocking out plate appearances, innings, you're paralleling up your players, right? Because anytime you play with any card in the game, you're earning PXP to make your player better. And also, you have these repeatable rewards on the big USA map. One of them is this Conquest Prospect Pack. Every time you knock out an entire division on the USA map, you get a prospect pack. These prospect cards are going for 8, 9, 10, 11,000 stubs right now because of the Mariano Rivera collection or set that came out earlier today. Those are repeatable missions, as well as completing this entire map. You get 10 show packs and 3,500 subs. So that's why a lot of people come into my streams and say, why do you keep playing this map? Because I keep earning these prospect packs. I'm earning easy PXP to parallel up my players. I'm grinding out innings and now plate appearances towards Team Affinity. And it's giving me, you know, the ability to knock out some of those other missions, like the extra base hits, the strikeouts. Because in the most part, you're playing the computer on either rookie or the next level up. I think it's whatever's below all-star. It's very easy to compile stats against the computer. So when you run out of these conquest maps to play, go knock out the USA one to grind all of these innings and plate appearances. Now, going back to the various tasks that we have, I skipped over moments, but moments are in here. And these are worth your time, in my opinion, because they're not too difficult. Basically, it gives you a certain situation with one of these players and you have to do a certain thing. These come in handy. They're easy to knock out. I wouldn't ignore them at all. And you get 2 TA tokens each. So there's a total of 10 to knock out those 5. March to October, totally skip. Please do not play this. Waste of time. There's so many other things that you can do other than playing March to October to earn Team Affinity tokens. So I'm not even going to go over it any more than that. Now, collections, they have changed it up a little bit because with the Team Affinity Season 1, you just did your normal like team sets, right? Your live series sets. Now, people have finished live series for the most part, or the majority of them. So now they just have a Flashback and Legends collection. And within here, you can earn 10 Team Affinity tokens. So you just have to collect 20 of these. These are various cards, whether they're, you know, lower overall or higher overall. Remember, collecting a card doesn't mean you're going to lose it. It simply just means that you can't sell it. And for the most part, these cards already can't be sold. So the easiest way to get these done is to hit your square button, go down to auto select, and it's going to select the first 20 for you. I can go ahead and knock this out right now. I'm going to go ahead and collect items, and boom. I just got 10 Team Affinity tokens by doing that. We collected 10 cards that we already had that we've earned from various programs. If these are in other collections, you can collect them again. Collecting simply just means that you can't sell it anymore, but you can collect a card. If there's a card that's in 100 different collections, you can collect it 100 different times. That's why it's a big W. So I would go through and do all of these for each division to get a little bit of a head start. And then I'm going to skip over nothing. I lied. I'm going to talk about Showdown in a minute, but we also have exchanges. Now, exchanging a card means that you lose it. It's gone forever, okay? So there's 4 types of exchanges, and they range from the number of cards you have to put in. TA tokens, 5, 10, 15, and 30. So these are very rewarding. If you have a binder full of stuff, it's not a bad idea to dump these in here. Tomorrow or Sunday, I'm going to put out a video on it's going to be a guide to doing these. So I want you to hold on and don't do any of these exchanges just yet until I put out that video. I'm going to create a spreadsheet that shows and goes over the cheapest cards or the best cards to buy at the cheapest rates to knock out some of these exchanges. Because yes, you can exchange all the cards that you have in your possession, right? And there's no problem with doing that. But at some point, you're probably going to have to buy cards to do this. I don't want you buying the wrong card. So I'm going to put together a spreadsheet based off of each overall's exchange value, what the best rate is to buy those cards at, so you're doing it for the cheapest way possible. But if you do have inventory, you have a ton of cards in your inventory, feel free to start knocking out these because they give pretty good rewards. Again, 5, 10, 15, and 30. So you got 30, 45, 55. You got 60 TA tokens just from these alone. That's like almost like a little less than half of knocking out basically an entire division. And the last thing is Showdown. So Showdown vouchers, every time you get one, it basically gives you 3 TA tokens. And if you get 5, then you can put it in this set that gives you 15. It just kind of cuts out the collecting time. How do you earn Showdown vouchers? Well, a lot of people have been doing this to complete Team Affinity. I'm just not a fan of Showdown. I love the game mode. It annoys me sometimes. But if you go to single player modes and go to Showdown, you have a Team Affinity Season 2 Showdown. And basically, the main gist of this is you have these little missions to complete, and then once you complete those, you want to get all the way to the final boss. You start, I think, down like 8 runs or something like that. You draft a team, you start down 8 runs. Every time you knock out one of these little missions, they give you a run. The goal here is to get to this final guy in a tie score, and then you have, I think, 15 outs to basically win the game. You don't have to pitch, you don't have to play defense at all. Every time you complete this, you get 5 of those Team Affinity vouchers, and then again, you can go ahead and put those vouchers into the exchange set, which is going to give you your 5 Team Affinity tokens, or 15, my bad. It's 3 per voucher, so if you get 1, you get the 5 vouchers, that's 15. So if you're good at Showdown, a lot of people literally just load up and keep repeating and playing Showdown to knock out these Team Affinity tokens. I like to grind out the innings and this time plate appearances. So that's pretty much what I do. I load up on an all-division team. I go into Conquest. I knock out Conquest. I'm going to beat all of these brand new Conquest maps first. And then once I'm done knocking out all 3 of these Conquest maps, I'm then going to move on to the USA, the baseball, the USA Conquest map, and continue to get those prospect packs. Doing all of this is going to grind out those plate appearances, and then earning all of those new diamond cards, throwing them on my team, knocking out their specific missions is going to give me more TA tokens. And that's pretty much what I do. I will be live on Twitch tonight and probably Sunday. Saturday's probably going to be a Madden day. But if you guys want to follow me on Twitch, my Twitch name's right there on your screen. Go give me a follow on Twitch. Turn that notification on so you are alerted when I go live. Tonight for sure, going to be grinding Team Affinity 2, probably the NL Central, so I can get that done, get that Joe Torre and that Tyler O'Neill. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to click that thumbs up. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.